Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to another installment of A Rebel Without Applause, coming to you, as I always do, from my little nutshell of infinite space, my television studio apartment right here in the wood of the holly, under the sign, overlooking the land of law. And today I have an extremely special and unique guest. I am so excited to have her here across this extensive digital divide, across two continents and a big bad ocean in between. She's coming to me from the most curious of all locations, a monastery outside of Vienna in Austria. And before that, she was in Poland at the Ukraine-Polish border. And prior to that, she made her rather tragic escape, but she's in one piece, from her home outside of Kyiv. She's with me today. I'm so excited to have her here. Daryna Sychevska, thank you for joining me. How are you?
I'm good. Good.
You look good. You mentioned you're in I assume it's a Catholic monastery?
No, it's not a Catholic monastery. It's monastery connected to the Hindu religion. So
Okay.
it's very close to the Buddhist, but it's not a Buddhist religion. It's Vishnuism. I don't know, like Vishnu religion. And it's kind of the most pure I have found in my life. I was traveling a lot and see the world a lot. So is the most pure. And
Of course, the Vishnu Hindu tradition originates in India or South Asia.
Yeah.
Right. They have a foothold in Austria, of all places. Interesting.
I was also amazed. Like, I came in Vienna to my friend's house because I doesn't understand like where to go from Poland. And I ran with a friend and I just asked like, oh, can I came to your place? And he told, oh, of course, just came and leave. And I came and I get drunk. Like I was like too much drunk, and after all emotions comes out, and I start to cry, like lamenting, because when you're drunk, your body relaxes and your emotions just getting out. And I cannot I feel that I can't cross over. And I write to one of my teachers, like I write him and ask like, I just want to commit suicide because it's too hard. Like I was drunk. And he write me back like, oh, don't do nonsense. Just there is a nice place. You should go there. And I said, I definitely will go, like for one day to calm myself. And I came for one day, but I stayed here already 1 week, and I don't want to go back.
And going forward, do you have any clue of where you'd like to be or stay or go?
Actually, I would thought like to go to travel, but then after I realized like whenever I will go, my mind is going with me, and like in the traveling, I will have the same obstacles. So I need to stay some time and to cross over, and don't run away. So I'm staying.
Now, what happened to you personally when you were in Ukraine, and how you got out?
Okay, my personal story is connected to my family and to my parents. My mom, she asked me to stay in a farm because she has a hobby. She has a farm like with about 40 animals. She asked me to stay and to look after the animals because she and my brother, they have to go for the football championate, because my younger brother, he's a football player, like he's junior. So they go into Poland, and this is like war stuff, where people already was knowing that the Russia going to start a war with Ukraine, but somebody believes, somebody's not. There is a lot of people who starts to go and empty all the banks because they are changing all the hryvnias for dollars, because people were real panic and doesn't know like what to do. So some of them was prepared, and I came to my parents' house, to the farm. It is nearby Borispil, so nearby airport, not so far. And my mom just go, like at night she goes, and I waited like when she will cross through the border, and it was about 5 o'clock morning. Yeah, my mom, she goes to the Poland, like she has, I don't know, like she has some luck with that. So my mom, my younger brother, so like some part of my family, they go to Poland, and I was stayed not 5 o'clock, like 4 o'clock. I get to sleep because I thought like I need to check how they cross the border, and I go to sleep. And at 5 o'clock, like I was hearing like some boom, some
Oh my God.
strong sound, and I just wake up, and my bed was nearby the window, so I look at the window, and it was window like was like there was a bombing, like there was a fire, like just crossovers, just in the window. I see it, and I thought, oh my God, it starts. And I want to tell you one thing more, that
Yes.
just before this night, I saw the movie Alejandro González Iñárritu, and the movie calls, Beautiful, Beautiful. And it was so much suffering in this movie, and at the same time, so much delightment. And after that movie, I feel myself so good. I don't remember when I feel myself at life so good. Like, and I go sleep with this thought, like at 4 o'clock, and after 1 hour I wake up and I still feel so good. But there was bombing, and I thinking, oh my God, the war starts. But what should I do? Like, I cannot do nothing. I call my mom and tell, oh, you cross over the border? And she told, we just on the border. And I tell, oh, Mom, the war starts. And she told, don't be afraid, just don't be afraid. And I said, okay. So it was like normal conversation. At the first days, people were excited. It was so strong energy there, actually. So people were united because psychologically, when the war starts, first 3 days, first of all, you have adrenaline. Second, you have this instinct of unity, because if you will be united, then you will not die. It goes like far, far away to our roots. So I felt like so much unity from the old friends, from the old communities. They start to name themselves like, oh, we are helping Ukraine, like this. And everybody realized the war starts, like there was bombing, and people actually doesn't know what to do. There is great panic starts. Everybody wants to run away. So there was a great line from the cars, and some people are trying to change the money. Some people are trying to buy lots of food, like, and nobody knows what to do.
Did you have a car and you were able to drive to Poland yourself, or how long were you in?
First of all, I haven't a car. I have driving license, but I haven't a car. And second, I decided like, I cannot leave animals. I will stay here anyway. Like whatever will happen. The first night was the most terrific night in my life. I will tell you why. Because when the day goes down, like my duties was like actually a lot of physical works. So that's why I feel more calm. Like to do with animals, to like bring grass, to feed everybody, like to milk, to like to do a lot of work. So my mind, but that night was so terrific because all the neighbors are run away. Nobody was there, like nobody. And I'm alone in the house with animals. Oh my God. Was so like, and I sit there and I was so, oh my God, I'm alone like for kilometers, and there is just soldiers, and I doesn't know will it will bombing my house or not. Like everybody just run away, but I'm not, because I'm with animals. And then after at midnight, I heard some like strong sound, like, and it was tanks going nearby my house, and because there is a road. Like my house stays nearby the road, and there is a road from the airport to Kyiv. So the tanks, this like all machines like going just nearby, like I don't know, 100 meter, maybe less, like.
And they were Ukraine tanks, not Russian tanks at that time.
Yeah, it was Ukraine, but I doesn't know like how does it look, Ukraine tanks or Russian tanks. Right. And just like or maybe it was Russian tanks. I wasn't recognized at the time. I'm sorry, I'm speaking like that because I goes to that feeling, excited feeling, the same I felt that time, like so excited, so like, and then after I just go to sleep and I heard again bombing, but I feel okay. Like all of my friends are calling me like from all over the universe. So I feel myself so good that time, like because I feel so much support. Everybody asking like, how are you? Does everything's good? Like, so first night was nice. Second night was terrific, because also terrific, but not so. Neighbors are come back. And at that second night, I saw how Kyiv was flaming. and I doesn't know like what it was. It was flaming one oil station, but I saw the war starts like, and really,
Wow.
really like from the window, it looks like so crazy. And Kyiv was bombing. So I thought I prepared all my stuff and put it like underground in a case if it will be bombing my house, so I will go underground. But I was too lazy to go, so I'm staying just and like at my place, and I was just like half naked, like, and I was I'm so like so how to say, so messy that even in the time of the war I cannot like make order like in my home.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, like I was just like going here there. So I prepared water, like a lot of water, in a case that light will go out, light will off, and water will also off. So I start preparation, like start to force myself to do something. And also the second day I was helping with cyber attacks and all the stuff, like because there was so many disinformations in the internet. So, and with my friends, with the guys of the groups, there was about 1,000 people. They're just writing like, "Oh, guys, this guy is like giving disinformation. Block him." So, and we all just looking like for
Uh-huh.
these people who are making disturbance, making disinformations, make fakes. Because there was Russians who already was in Ukraine, and they start to propaganda the fakes to make a panic. But the people already crossed over Maidan, and they this scenario called?
Scenario?
Yeah, this scenario, like it was with Georgia or it was with Syria, I guess. I don't know, Syria.
Syria.
Yeah, and Russia thought in 4 days do the same scenario, like just to make people panic, just to make people like disoriented. But it doesn't work, and real war starts. Third day was also okay. In the fourth day, I start to feel a little tired because this emotion I calmed down, and I feels like really tiredness. And the people I ask and me personally, we doesn't want at all to eat, to have a water. We just forget about the body. Like so much was stressed. And every night when we were at the fourth days, any like sound, like bing, like bomb, like any sound, I was just wake up, and it was like cow, something going, or I don't know, like some bird like doing. But it also like was right on my underconscious that I should wake up and run. And I start to also to write all of my friends, all of my family members, like father, grandmother, like how does it feel like, and does they want to go away because I can help them. And all of my friends just write me, just go away, don't stay in Kyiv, like don't stay nearby there. And I said, I can't, like I have responsibility, I just can't go away because the animals, oh, sorry, I just shaking, from
No,
the
it's
soul.
beautiful. You're doing wonderfully. This is an incredible story.
And my mom, she's stuck in Europe, so she cannot come back. She just take with her like a small bag, like footballs, stuff, and nothing. And the war starts, and she cannot come back. And I told, okay, Mom, I will find for you a place to stay. I called my friends in Germany and find them a place to stay. So, and I stayed alone with the animals, and I had amazing friends who just like called me and supported me every evening. Because if I will stay alone by myself, I don't know how I will like fix without it.
Right.
I can tell some personal stuff that
Of course.
when I feel like too much stress, I just go in the shower, like take the water calms, take the water goes down, and I was dancing in the shower and singing, like was just dancing African. There is like one African song, like it's called like Como ao Nisha Ishamo, and I was singing, dancing like some intuitively, like, and it was making release so much.
Wow.
And that is my religion now, singing and dancing.
Eventually, you had to make a decision to leave, obviously, because you're where you are. You're in Austria, so.
Okay. Well, I make decision to go out after 10 days because I already feel like very much tired with the body. Like there was everyday physical work, like every day I should like manage all the stuff on the farm. I used to play on the guitar for the cow because cows love music. And it was like, yeah, it was so releasing. But one day, one man with a gun, he came. He was just like going nearby the house and just looking at something. And before there was a lot of tanks, a lot of people are going by the road, but this man just going nearby the house. And I feel so much responsibility for animals. I was thought like maybe he trying to kill the pig or I don't know. And I just say him like, oh, like if you will like just run away here without any signs, who are you? I will just like put something from the window to your head. And he told, then after I will shoot. And I was like, I staying like this, like, and I was thought like, oh my God, he will shoot like at me. And then after I write to my neighbor's chat and like ask like who it was, and they said, oh, it was like some our guy, like we just give him gun and he just go to protect. And I was so like shocked that some Ukrainian can like shoot, and this guy was just not normal. Like he was a little crazy, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any signs, anything. Like I doesn't know who it was, like Russian or Ukrainian or who.
Right.
And this situation makes me feel so crazy because just in my mind get a lot of mess, like, and I like realize, oh my God, I cannot trust anybody. Like even in Ukraine, it's so crazy. And also there was already starts this Irpin. I don't know if you know this place, Irpin.
Irpin, right? There was a suburb, and it was brutalized in the war. Yes.
Yeah. And before I lived in my family house, I was lived in Irpin, and I get a lot of families or a lot of friends there. So, and I get no any answer from my friends, and like I was just so like crazy because I doesn't know does they alive or not. And so, and I decided to go, and I asked my stepfather to go to the farm. He came and I tell, oh, I'm just going. And I became really aggressive. Like it was like I became really aggressive. I don't know where from comes this aggression, but I start like to shout on people, like to like using like bad language, like fuck off, like this. But I cannot even think that it was in me, like so much anger, so much accuracy, and I decided, well, it's not how I go. But I thought to go to the mountains, to not go out of Ukraine, because I thought, oh, I will help somehow. Just I will restore and help them. But the driver who brought me to the railway station, he just he showed me one message, and one girl, she like crying asked, oh, please somebody like take my animals away from Kyiv because I'm in Berlin and animals are Kyiv. I'm so like, and nobody don't want to take it. So I agree to take the cat and the dog with me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and I traveled with the cat and with the dog. And there is one thing in the life I realized really deeply. When you have responsibility for somebody, the fears go away. And when I have responsibility, first of all, for that animals, my fears were not so much disturbing me. And after when I felt responsibility for the cat and dog, also like fears are not disturbing, because I thought like, oh, I should feed them, I should carry them, like all this stuff, and I doesn't think about my stuff. That's why I think it is good for people to have a family, because family is responsibility, and you grow up very much, or not family, like some responsibility if you have.
Right. I have a plant, so I'm very concerned about the plant, especially when there's no rain. So yeah, I understand what you. you're an artist. I can just see that without you telling me, because the way you perceive experience and process it, I can see that you have the soul and temperament of an artist, and it's very attractive. So you're a singer, and you serenade cows and animals, but I'm sure people as well, right?
I'm shy to play with the people. With the people. I
Okay.
thought, I don't know, like I'm kind of unfortunately person. I mean, I have this potential, but I just cannot show it in front of the public. I don't know why. Like all what I do is just like goes to the garbage. Like I mean, like I just do it. I just do it because I cannot not sing. I cannot do art because it's my like it's part of me.
Right.
And but whenever I paint something, I just give it to some people. Like whenever I sing, I just also give it to the people. Like I cannot make money for it because I it's for me like not about commercial. And usually if you want to do something for other people, you should have some money, like you should get money because continue to this way, because for recording something you have to pay for recording, you have
Of
to do.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't like to get money for it because I mean because it's like it's something natural what was just come out. But for to make a concert or to collect on people, you should do it. So the conflict inside me. So I'm just playing for my friends, like for the people who are nearby.
And the animals, the cows.
Cows really loves music. And I also want to share one thing, that the people think that animals are very foolish or stupid, and it isn't like that. The animals are very smart, and I became vegetarian after my family's farm because I thought like it's the same being as human beings. It's the same beings, and they're very smart. They have some tricks, like to have a food. They have some tricks to get out. They loves music, like for example, they love touching, like all animals love touching, and they are fighting for the food as the people do.
Right.
And we have a lot to study from animals, actually. Like especially the animals should be in the wild world. They shouldn't be in the humans world, I think.
I grew up in the city. The nature that I was mostly exposed to was human nature, which is still a form of nature, I think. But I've often thought what a different existence it would be to live closer to animals, domesticated or otherwise, you know. So your story is incredible. I mean, so much of the war, as I've read, took place in the suburbs near the airport. Irpin, the airport, sounds like exactly where you grew up. So it must have been just horrific, the violence that was going on around you. Were you aware of it?
I was aware of it, and I was too afraid of that.
Uh-huh.
That's why I stayed just in the house, and at night time with neighbors we should turn off the light, so there was no light at night time. It was too stressful, and I was aware because of news, because of some of my people I know, like they're just telling me about it. And I tell like with this war I'm very lucky because I have possibility to go away. Some people have not. And I have no any children's, any kids, like, so I can go without. And some people, they have children, and they have old grandmothers, grandfathers. Right. And for old people, it's so hard to leave their homes, to change the lifestyle. But you know something I want to say, when you're inside the situation, you have all the power to cross over. It's like all the power given to cross over the situation. But it's really hard. It's really like traumatic. And for me, it was traumatic, but I was like so safe place. I mean, in a house. But for other people, it was so terrible. And I thought like, oh my God, like it's really, really hard time for everybody. And I just trying to help somehow. with my tools that I have, like psychological tools that are helping me. So I try to help other people and just write down like that you should not be overworking, or you should like sometimes take rest. You should deal with yourself like different ways. And also there is one girl that I know. She's amazing. Like she's really amazing. Her name is Ola, and her husband, he goes to the war just from the first day. He just go. He was already on the war before. I mean, 2014 and during these years. And I asked her today. I asked her, maybe you want to come to be with me here? And she told, I just cannot leave my husband. I will stay in Ukraine. And I was so amazed. And there is only one example, and there is a lot of people who do it, like who sacrifice themselves, who doing something for somebody, not for themselves. And this power is so strong, actually, to be not selfish. And in the war, the people start to open themselves how they are, and a lot of people are open themselves from the beautiful side.
So in the midst of all this terror, there's beauty, and you see a deeper sort of love.
It's actually when you're very close to the death. If you see the history, the most beautiful things are going in time of the crisis, wars, and all the stuff. For example, like Bauhaus, like this is the design school, I guess, in Germany.
Sure.
Or
Germany.
other stuff. Yeah, or other stuff, because people are realizing like, oh, we are close to the death. Tomorrow we can die. So no reason for pretending, no reason for lie, no reason for be selfish. When you're thinking about death, it's one side, but when you're already like feel the death nearby, you understand that there is something more than this life, relationships, and on the relationships everything is built. And the truth, the love, sincerity, all this kind of stuff, it helps relationship, helps to be really good, really sincere, really nice. So the people are showing their best sides. They're just giving their money for people who need. They're giving their food, like everything. Now people are tired. Now people are start to think how to survive, because everybody from the world already tired from this Ukrainian so-called news. But at that time, like everybody was like so, I don't know, like so enlightened, I guess, like so realized that what is the most important things.
Now, you mentioned that you've been a traveler in your life. You've been all over the world, right?
Almost.
India?
Half of the world.
Half of the world. Have you been to the United States?
No.
We got to get you here. We need your truth more than you know.
I want to go to the United States once.
Yeah, well, let me know. Make it work. You mentioned you traveled for a year in Russia as a younger person, all by yourself. How does that make you feel about what's going on now?
Okay. First time I came in Russia because I have this strong desire to travel, and I was 17, and I was not allowed to go to the like world traveling, but I was allowed to go to Russia. So I decided, okay, I'm 17, like, whoo, let's go. And my friend, he's just invited me to the Moscow to concert of Paul McCartney.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I decided, oh, I definitely should go to this concert. So I came to this concert, and it happens that it was twice on the concert of Paul McCartney, because once it was in Ukraine and once it was in Moscow. So it was interesting. So I came there, and then after I find some people there, and first I found the people are different. I thought like we're all the same, like Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. And also I had the time an apartment, so the friends from Russia, they came to my apartments before I traveled, and they were like some crazy guys, with Irokeses,
Uh-huh.
with like beautiful people, like amazing. and
Mhm.
and they invited me to their places. So first I go to Moscow, and then I go to the Siberia, to Krasny, like through all of this way, like from the Moscow to Kazan, Ufa, Krasnoyarsk, Irkutsk,
Wow.
like all the stuff. But I was 17, I haven't any money, so I was hitchhiking. So I saw everything from the window, like how
Uh-huh.
Russians live and what happens there. And the people in Russia more harsh than in Ukraine. In Ukraine is soft. It's connected to first of all, to the climate, because the climate is more strong. Second, to the history, because as I understand, the Russian way of living and Ukrainian way of living, I mean, to maintain the family, is a different one. When I came to Russia, I was like uh, a little shocked what happens outside of Moscow and for all of the Russia, because outside of the big cities, because people first, they love to drink. Everybody in Russia drinks, like almost everybody is and drinking like really like hardcore. So no, the cities outside of Russia, they are not so rich to drink nice drinks, so they drink vodka and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And they are like looks very poor and very destroyed. All the people are run away from the villages and goes to the big cities. The big cities was beautiful and was nice. In Russia, actually, a lot of amazing people, And when the war starts, my friend, she just write me and she was crying. She just telling, oh, like I cannot do anything because the government just putting us to the prison when we are going to this to these demonstrations. They're just cutting us. They're putting in the prison, and all strong people already in the prison. And I am mom with the two kids. I cannot go outside. And she was crying and she was telling like, oh, like I'm so sorry for my government. And I was too touched, like because she was like really sorry for, and she cannot do anything. And actually, at Russia was actually a lot of pressure, and now it's more pressure from the government. It's not right, because government should be under the people, normal people, not opposite. Because the government should how to say,
Serve the people. The government should serve the people as opposed to the people serve the power.
serve their interests and not opposite. But it goes from the Soviet Union, actually, from the Lenin.
From the czars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Putin, Putin is actually just puppet, I guess. It's not like everybody told, oh, he's bad, he's like this, but he's just a puppet from this structure, so of Soviet Union. And not the one person should be destroyed, but the mentality of the people.
So that was a mentality that you observed when you traveled, or you got a sense of, because you felt on some level that it was a harsher culture than what you experienced or grew up with in Ukraine.
Yes, and also we have the same history before, that our grandfather was on World War II, and this experience of war, it was mixed with the Soviet Union ideals, and people think that their grandparents are just Soviet Union idealistic, but it's not. A lot of people just living just like normal as we are. They are not like political, they're not idealistic, they love their grandparents. They know their past, that they are crossover, the war, crossover, all the stuff. But when when it was mixed with the politics, with this Soviet Union stuff, I don't know, it became like polluted, and it pollutes people's mind. It's actually not proper. And propaganda was already there when I go at my 17. So can you imagine how long time people are under this propaganda?
Is there anything that you'd like to share, or that there's some misconception that maybe that you might want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about the war 2014. Nobody call it war because if Ukrainian will call it war in 2014, Russia will start everything what now happens. So that everybody was too like accurate and just tell it like territory operation.
Right. This is in the Crimea. In Crimea.
In Crimea, in eastern Ukraine.
In eastern Ukraine, right.
But it wasn't territory. It was war, actually. From the Russian side, it was not conflict, like Ukrainian conflict. Because this year I met one beautiful, amazing, just incredible man who I stayed in his house. And I asked him the stories. He was a warrior. He was a soldier in ATO. And I asked, does it like some operation? What is it? And he told, you doesn't realize it is war which are already like 8 years going on. And what we are living now in Kyiv, like what we have experienced of this months, the people have experienced already for 8 years. And it was from Russian side, like from Ukrainian side. It wasn't just Ukrainian conflict. But the Russian propaganda is that in Ukraine, fascists, Nazis, and we should like kill all the Nazis to save Ukraine. And people are believing that and go to the war like to save Ukraine. But actually, it's half of truth. I mean, the Western and Eastern Ukraine are different. And Western Ukraine, they're trying to save the culture because the culture is goes deep to the roots, and the culture gives really happiness to the human's life. And they're trying to save this culture. That's why they're telling, don't speak Russian, speak Ukrainian, because before your grandmother speak Ukrainian, you wasn't. And they're telling like, oh, like save your culture. And the Eastern side start to think that, oh, like their propaganda is this Ukrainian language, all this stuff. So there was some little conflict between East and West. And there was a president called Yanukovych. He was a puppet president from Putin's.
Right.
When he started to press the people, the students goes out on the streets. And what he do? He just shooting the students. Then after all Ukraine came to Maidan for this kids, for this.
The Maidan revolution, yes.
Because Ukraine, we have this in the blood, this unity and this love of freedom. For example, I live in a monastery, like already 1 week, but I was crying, I need my freedom. And I told I'm Ukrainian. And some people told like, oh, we know like you need your freedom, but just stay calm, like just continue to do your duty, continue to do meditation, just like continue, don't run away. So the people the same thinking, I need my freedom. I cannot.
Freedom. You know, one of the questions that's troubled me over this is part of my own work as a writer has been the study of Gandhi and nonviolence. We've seen it work in the United States with segregation, and I felt like that is the way forward. I mean, this is and it comes out of the Hindu faith and ahimsa and all these traditions that are about nonviolence. But at this moment, we're seeing this heroic reaction to the violence of Russia. And I'm struggling with that because at one side of me wants to embrace nonviolence, but on the other hand, what is the response in this moment? And I'm confused.
Okay, can I tell my opinion?
That's why I mentioned it, because I'm confused.
Okay, just before the war started, I almost finished the book about Gandhi. So yeah, so and I know a little bit about his like nonviolent role.
Good.
He was nonviolent for the like he has this idea for nonviolence, but he was so harsh to his wife, to his family.
Like, he was not perfect person, but yes.
Nobody like he propaganda in not violence way. He propaganda in the called satyagraha.
Satyagraha, right?
Yeah, satyagraha. Satyagraha means the way, like as I understand it, the way of yourself.
Soul force is the word I like. Soul force, the force of your soul.
you're not fighting for some idea, but you're trying to not trying to develop yourself, open your soul, like open your good qualities, like non-violence. Not violence, it's a good quality, like not making trouble to other people because they are living entities. Yeah, everything starts from the mind first. The Putin was thinking first, oh, let's do war, and then after all that happens, the same. Everything starts from us, from our minds, what we're thinking of. The Gandhi was propaganding this, but at the same time, like if people going outside out of thinking, it's the wrong way. What happens in Ukraine? People start to act through the instincts of surviving. So it's not about thinking to kill Russians first. It was instinct to survive, to protect their families, to protect their houses, to help other people, to protect this microclimate, what was given our grandmothers and fathers, because in Ukraine actually it's amazing microclimate. I mean, in the tiny houses, like clay houses that was before, and all the songs, all this culture, it is so soft, it is so beautiful, and people are trying to protect it, and it comes from instinct. And whenever after it comes like, oh, we hate Putin, we hate like everything, like what Mahatma Gandhi did actually, and it is a way how Putin can be stopped. He just tell, like, you should wearing your own clothes, not English clothes. You should like wearing your own clothes. You should not buy anything. Yeah, should not buy anything from England. You should cook your own food, like from your own gardens, and all the stuff. Like you should not support that government that are giving you suffering. If government supporting you, yes, it's okay to pay taxes, because you understand, if I will pay taxes, there will be a nice roads, there will be a nice lights, there will be like gardens, all this like. Mm-hmm. But if a government are making you feel like really terrific, you should not support it. And so what the people must do, it's hard to do actually. It's not so easy. Gandhi do it through the years and years, like to build their own community, like to, and
the
he was alone.
Satyagraha. It's that takes training and discipline. It's not easy.
And actually community is not easy. I mean, I'm live now in a perfect community, very beautiful. Everybody's so humble. Everybody like trying to serve each other, not to take but give. And this is mood of service. It's really like amazing. And community should be like that, like with a mood of service. Because other way, all community are just after 1 year, 2 years, they just goes like.
And do you have some hope that maybe this ideal of satyagraha, of service, can survive and prevail in the future?
No. I mean, satyagraha is a way, but it is connected to the strong person who was Mahatma Gandhi. When will be like another strong person, he will do his way. Maybe it will be the same like satyagraha, but not the satyagraha. It's impossible, actually. I think like that. Maybe in the future it will be, but...
The last screenplay I wrote is about satyagraha in America. It's called The Children. But I've now thought, it's a true story, that I'm going to rename it Satyagraha in America, A True Love Story. So these ideas that you're dealing with are a big part of my own life. I'm praying that the people of Russia can use some of those tools to confront the tyranny in their own land.
They can do like that. I mean, as a child, everything starts from the mind. Minds comes to the actions. Uh-huh. If the small group starts, just 1 people, 2 people start the satyagraha, then grow up, it like spread it out. It can be useful. But if there is a lot of people start satyagraha, I think it will be another Soviet Union.
Uh-huh. Daryna Sychevska, Daryna, they call you. What do your friends call you? You mentioned, you told me before.
My friends called me Dariko. Dariko, it's
Dariko.
yeah,
I hope I can call you Dariko.
Dariko. Oh yeah, okay.
Dariko, you can call me Bill. It's very simple. It's just so terrific to talk to you and see you and meet you. Is there anything else that you would just, I want to give you every opportunity to share whatever's in your spirit and soul so that people will hear your message.
Okay. I don't know. I will just say what comes to my mind.
That's good.
I will tell a little bit more about this mood of service.
Okay.
In a university, actually, everything is perfect. Even the war is perfect. It's already like managed, like somehow from the high, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But our responsibility in all the situation, in the hard situation, into really find a peace and good well-being inside. And it can be done only with the service of higher truth or to the other people. Because if we want to enjoy, like I realize it, like we cannot stop to enjoy, like it's impossible, but we can enjoy like some higher truth or subtle stuff. After material enjoyment comes suffering. It's a law of the universe. If you want to enjoy something, after that comes suffering. It's just going like this, up, down, up, down, up, downs, enjoy suffering, enjoy suffering, enjoy suffering.
Okay. Where am I right now? I'm very happy talking to you. So that means maybe I'll be suffering later today. Okay, good to know.
Oh, no. I don't have misunderstanding, please. Maybe I told some. No. If you want to like use somebody in your interests or used something in your interests and not given back, you will have suffering.
I believe that. I hope at this moment you're not suffering too much.
Sometimes only.
Sometimes. How is your mother and your brother?
They are in Germany and they're telling, oh, we want to go back home. And it was too hard for them to leave their homes. But my brother, he's fine. And I also have I have 6 brothers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, some of them in Ukraine, in Kyiv. Only one in Dominicana, like older. He lives there. And younger brother, he's in Germany. So everybody quite okay, but sometimes I'm worrying about them. And
any word about the animals?
Yeah, they're okay. Like my stepfather, he's looking after them very nicely. He's a awesome man. He's very nice and he's just doing it nicely.
Dariko, I just so have enjoyed talking to you. You're just lovely. I hope that we can maybe do this again, or that at the very least you and I can stay in touch. And if I get to Europe or you get here, I would love to meet you in person. And I did see your music. I think humans could enjoy it as well as any of the animals. So it was beautiful. Is there any social media for people to find you or follow you?
Actually, yes, but I'm a little crazy with social media. I mean, I'm posting some strange stuff there. So, but anyway, maybe I will post some poems. It's a nice way to begin.
Yeah.
I have an Instagram. And
you want to share it, or I could put it on the page, or I'll at the very least I'll follow you, you know.
Yeah, okay, it's not a problem. I mean, like, it's a simple Instagram of like simple girl like who is posting like flowers or some kind of stuff.
We need more flowers. There is a lack of flowers, especially Ukraine flowers right now. So yeah, I would love to follow you. It's because what I'm seeing on the news is so horrific, but you know, there's people and individuals and spirits and souls that are coming out of this place, and yours shines really brightly, and I really appreciate it. So I want to thank my most beautiful guest from Vienna by way of Ukraine for sharing her experience and her story and her thoughts and dreams. Till next time, namaste, shalom, and aloha. By that I mean namashaloha. See ya.